Hello, and I wanted to welcome you to this week's episode of ITS Now. This is episode 17, and this is solely for Maya, her return. She has been with me since end of June, beginning of July, I believe. I can't remember the exact date. She has been working with me through prehab, so she did her prehab with me. Her surgery was July 12th, 2016, and then she did all of her ACL rehab with me. So I've worked with her not just from beforehand, but since day 3. And here we are going on almost 6 months. January 12th, my apologies. January 12th will be her 6-month mark. Maya's journey has been a good one, in my opinion. I've had no issues with it, no worries, no concerns. She's been progressing the way that she's supposed to. There were little setbacks where her knee was going to swell up a little bit too much, so we had to slow her down and back her down. But I also think it comes along with the fact that a lot of pressure being placed on her because she hasn't signed yet and she hasn't committed anywhere yet, and she tore her ACL the summer of her senior year, or the summer before her senior year. So that was the summer that she was supposed to shine. So a lot of things going on, a lot of mental things going on, but and a lot of pressure. But overall, she's healing well. So did the traditional therapy with her, the range of motion first, basic strengthening first, then moved her into closed chain exercises, and then the 4 to 8 week mark, moved her into body weight stuff and slowly progressed that into some neuromuscular training. She lost a little bit of focus at some points, but it gets boring and it gets monotonous, so I can't blame her. And then 8 week mark, we initiated weight training with her. So she started lifting weights, squats and deadlifts, hinging at the waist, rack pulls, RDLs, all that fun stuff. Did a lot of single leg work before that to lead up to that. Then we move into, at the 3-month point, she's allowed to jog. Her body tolerated that well. So that was in August, September, October 12th, she was allowed to jog. She did that on her own, and she started doing it at practice so she could feel like she's a part of the team. And then November 12th, she was allowed to start jumping. I do not let the ACL athletes in my gym jump boxes until they can squat their body weight repetitively. That's just a rule that I have, and they all have to abide by it as far as I'm concerned. I'm about healing injuries properly, not creating more problems. So she started jumping on November 12th, and we started land-based first on the ground, and then once she progressed to there and properly landed and went over the alignment of the knees and the hips and the triple extension and the ankles, knees, and hips, we went over all that. She was progressed to the box, and then once she was progressed to the box, she was able to jump and land the 2-foot box consistently, no issue. Then we started doing single leg hops, which is really big because they have to really learn how to trust that leg. They can hide it for the most part. People, unless you're looking at it specifically, you don't pick up on it until you start forcing them to do it, meaning like single leg hops and everything. And then we progressed to cutting at her 5-month mark, 5.5 months, I'd say. Haven't been able to do a lot of that, but we're doing enough that should satisfy her return to play need. And then she also has started her return to play plan. Now, when I do a return to play plan for ACL athletes, they do have to satisfy the ability to jump on, single leg hops, single leg squats, things like that. But I also don't just let them go back in and play. So it's a 4-week process. The first week, they do drills only, no contact at all, no scrimmaging. The second week, they're allowed to do drills with contact, no scrimmaging at all. So they're allowed to do 1v1, 2v2, nothing more. The third week, they're allowed to slowly go back into scrimmaging. So it's basically 2 minutes of playing, 2 minutes of resting for the first couple days. Then you go to 3 to 4 minutes of playing, 1:30 rest for a couple days, and you progress them slowly forward so that they are playing more and resting less. And as they continue that process, you have to monitor the knee, make sure it's not swelling up, make sure there's not any extreme soreness, any problems with it. If there is, you have to back down on the process. Once they're done with that 3rd and 4th week, they should be ready to play a full game, no issues. I like to do that type of a return to play because it gives the athlete time to accommodate and situate themselves back into actually being an athlete and in a athletic situation. A lot of times if you just throw them back in there, you're creating or going to be creating more problems for them, which messes with them mentally. So Maya is in her last stages of her return to play plan. I'm waiting so that I can speak with the doctor because I know that he's concerned about her playing before 6 months. I don't want her to play before 6 months. I think she'll be ready to go by 6 months. But again, he makes the ultimate call, not me. So we got to call and see what he's up to. But she's progressing well. So take a look at the videos, see how her story is, and see what her journey's about. And then let me know if you have any questions on anything. You can email me at napolita, the number 9 @gmail.com, or you can find me on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, you name it, I'm on it. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Uh-oh, can she do it? Can she do it? 90 pounds? 90 pounds. 90 degrees? Hey, girl! Very nice. Good, and come back up. I'm looking. Go ahead, go. You can walk, too. No. Yeah. Oh, well, breathe. Gotta breathe. Keep going. That girl. You can move back a little bit. There you go. Now you can do it. 8, 9. Get up the leg. There we go. 11. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fight it. Right leg, good. Left leg. All the way down, Maya. Oh, you watch the radio, Maya.
Instagram, then choose the sizes, and you're done. The app is free, and so are the prints. No subscriptions, no commitments. Just free.
Bend your right knee more. Bend more towards the right. Thank you. Get lower. Okay, your knees are bowing out, so you gotta line them up over your toes. You're still going outwards. Go straight back. Much better. Now get lower. Get lower. Good job, Maya. You know, risk your life. She's entertaining right now. That's it. What was that? There you go. Now keep working, Maya. You and your noises. Why is it always blooper fest when you're on? Always blooper fest. That girl. Oh, struggle. There. Push up. That was nice. See, it's not sorcery. You're doing good. It's not. Okay, it's a circus act. Hips higher. 1. Count to 15. 2, 3. Hold it. 4. Get your hips up. 5. Up. 6, 7. Oh my God, you're shaking. 8. Good, Maya. Again. Do it again. What are you afraid of?
Don't get caught trying to be your vulture. Put a pinky ring on my finger. That's a baby. I'm so wavy. All my love me, they gon' answer for a real one. I'm so